Another shopping trip at Tony's Trains. But what did we get this time? Let's find out, shall we? Roll the intros. Hello and welcome back to Chelmswood Junction. I'm Peter. Today, as the title suggests, we have purchased a new Loco. This is a Loco that I've had on hold for about a week or two. Obviously, it's getting ready to get paid, so I've just been paid and I've gone and purchased said Loco. So without further ado, we're going to get down to the workbench, have a look at this Loco and see what it can do. So, as you can see, guys, it is a Bachmann Loco, and this one is a Bachmann Class 20-3 in DRS blue livery. Front of the packaging, as always, it's got the Bachmann logo, the class logo of the Loco, the little window to see the actual Loco itself, and it is a sound fitted Loco. Also gives you the scale of 1/76 scale, and this is for 00 gauge modelers. On the sides, the usual barcode with number, which is 35-125SF, Class 20/3, 2306, DRS blue, and it is, like I said, it is a sound fitted Loco. Top of the box is the usual blue with the Bachmann logo, bottom red with the Bachmann logo, and the other side is blue again with the Bachmann logo. On the back is, as always, the history of the class, which I'm going to try and get in there for you guys to read. If you want to pause that and read, then you can. But what I'm going to do is, with my new videos, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the class. Now, the Class 20s, or also known as English Electric Type 1s, were built between 1957 to 1968, and there was a total of 228 built. The Class 20s before TOPS classification were numbered D8000 to D8199 and D8300 to D8327. To the enthusiasts out there like myself, the Class 20s are known as choppers for their distinctive sounds. The Class 20s weighed in at 73 tonnes, had a maximum power output of 1000 horsepower and have a top speed of 75 miles per hour. The Class 20s were built to haul mixed freight trains back in the 1960s and 70s and were rarely seen on passenger trains in that era. Class 20s were most seen paired together end to end to aid visibility issues for the drivers, and we're seen a lot on merry-go-round coal trains up in the north, and hauled charter services during the 1980s and 1990s. Nowadays, you can see the Class 20s paired up together under DRS livery, hauling nuclear fast trains and working on behalf of Network Rail on the rail treatment trains. And also you can see preserved types of this, not this actual the stroke free, but the normal Class 20s are preserved with people such as the Severn Valley Railway and Tyseley Locomotive Works having them. And Tyseley Locomotive Works do actually have a Class 20 in BR blue with full yellow ends that actually work the Shakespeare Express between Birmingham and Stratford upon Avon. So that gives you a brief little history of the class. Now this one, like I said, is the DRS version, and it is sound fitted. So let's get it out of its packaging, let's get it out of its ice cube, and let's have a look. But before we go into the Loco itself, we do have some paperwork, and we have the usual Bachmann Collectors Club registration card if you want to join the Collectors Club. And you can also send off the warranty service request form, both of which I am actually thinking of doing for this Loco, obviously because it's been a sound fitted Loco. So the other piece that comes in the, the other two bits are an exploded diagram of where all the separate fitted parts will go. You can also add snow plows to each end, or if you're obviously going to use KDs or something like that, you might not be able to fit these. So whatever couplings you're going to use, you may have to bear in mind you might not be able to fit the snow plows. Hopefully I'm using tension locks, so I should be able to fit these, fingers crossed. On the next page is a exploded diagram of how to obviously get the Loco open, where to oil it, and obviously where the dip switches are on the underneath for the lighting functions. And also, again, there's more directions there on how to open up the body. But because this is a sound fitted Loco, I won't need to open the Loco up, so that's a good thing. And on the back, it shows you how to fit and install a DCC decoder if yours is only DCC ready. Now, obviously, this is a DCC Sound Loco, so you would not be able to use this on DC running. The only way you'd be able to do that is you'd have to take the body off and you would have to remove the sound chip. The last piece of paper that you get with the Loco is the sound instructions, and there are a fair few on there on this one. There's quite a few more than what my other Class 20 has, but that gives you a brief description. But I will go through them once we got the Loco on the rails. So without further ado, let's get it out of the packaging. As always, Bachmann do sellotape the parts in there. So as you can see, you've got steps, you've got the vacuum brake pipes, you've got the blanking plug there if you want to transfer this from DCC Sound to DC only. You've got the snow plows in there, you've got a spare tension lock coupling, and like I said, all the buffer beam detail. Just going to get rid of this piece of sellotape because it's really annoying me. I do have slight OCD, so I don't like things like sellotape and price labels. So without further ado, let's get it opened up and see what we think. Now straight away, it's got some nice weight. One thing straight away that I have noticed, that the DRS blue logo here is actually in the wrong place. The DRS blue logo should be more this way. It should be on these doors here. A slight foresight in Bachmann's detail, but we can forgive them for that. But you know, modern day Locos, there are plenty of photographs, plenty of videos out there for people like Bachmann, Hornby and Hattons and co to really do their research. So they should have really spotted that is in the wrong place. They should have known that it went there. But that's that one side. It has got working head and tail lights. It has got sprung buffers, but they're very not very sprung really for my liking. They're a bit loose to me. But hey ho. All the data warning panels are in the right places. The numbering is in the right place. Detail on the bottom, where the battery boxes and the fuel tanks are, looks pretty good. And if this was, to me, a pristine model, then this was how it would come out of the paint shop once on the real railway. So if you guys are into your weathering, this is probably a good weathering Loco to try out on. On the other side, again, we've got front and rear working head and tail lights. And what I like about this one is there is no coupling at this end. So I can quite easily pair this up with my other Class 20 and run them front to front. So all I need to do is take off the buffer on my other Class 20 at this end. So that's a nice little look around the Loco. Without further ado, I'm going to get it onto the track, guys, and we're going to have a listen to the sound files. So I've now programmed the new Class 20 into the ECOS, and it was a bit of a time consuming job because obviously I've had to punch in 28 different functions on the ECOS. That is the only drawback to the ECOS CSU command station, is you have to punch in manually if you haven't got a certain setting switched on. You've got to put all the different symbols attached to the buttons. So without further ado, I am going to turn on, push it down a little bit, turn on the lights, and if you hear, listen, the lights come on with a nice click, and if I change the direction of travel, it's a nice fade in and out on the actual Loco. But I will get down later on, guys, so you can have a closer look at that. So without further ado, there are two ways of starting this Loco. It has actually a cold and a warm start. So I'm going to do the cold start for you first. So first of all, you have to press function 8 on for the cold start, and then just press your function 1 to start the Loco going. It does actually state in the instruction book, guys, that it is variable lengths of starter. So now the Loco started up and running, we'll give you a rundown of the functions. So obviously function 1 is the start and stop of the engine. Function 2 is the brake on the Loco. So obviously when the Loco is on the move, instead of having to turn your speed controller down, you can just press F2 and the engine will go into brake mode. Function 3 is a single horn. Very short one there. And function 4 is a two-tone. It's quite a short one. Let's change the direction and see if it changes on that. They do sound very, very short, I think. Okay, so then you go down to F5. Now F5 is a function where if you've got the function switched on, it becomes a light train load. If you've got the function 5 switched off, it becomes a heavy train. Function 6 is idle and coasting. So obviously when the train's in motion and you want the Loco to coast, you just press F6 and it will coast until you turn it off, and then obviously you get the engine revs back up again. Function 7 is speed lock, so you can set the Loco to a certain speed, lock the speed, and then you can use the throttle to throttle up the engine and throttle down the engine as you want. Function 8 is cold start, as you just heard. And what I will do is I will now turn the engine off so you can hear a shutdown. When it decides to shut off, So that's a warm start. Let's actually turn it off and see if we can get a proper shutdown this time. There you go, you're getting a shutdown now. Function 9 is flange screw. Now this is speed dependent. So obviously it doesn't go on as soon as you press it. It goes on the speed of the loco. Function 10. It's a good old guard's whistle. Function 11 is buffering up. Function 12 is coupling. Function 13 is cab end high intensity light, if obviously it is fitted, which I presume is this light up the top. So when I change direction, as you can see, that is on. Let me just try turning it off and see what happens. Nothing. So obviously that's a function if you've already got it there. Function 14 is night mode. Hopefully you might see this, guys. So I don't know if you saw that, but the light's gone from there to that side, and I will turn it off and hopefully you should see it come back. Let me just, there you go. If I now turn it off, there you can see it's gone to back to day. Function 15 is detonators. But again, that is obviously when the vehicle is rolling. Number 16 is priming pump, so that would be the sequence for starting it up. Function 17 is wagon snatching and buffering. Now this is only usable when you've got function 5, which is the light and heavy train turned off. So this would be on a heavy train. Number 18, let me just clock them over, is the driver's door. So that's open and then closed. Where did we get to, guys? Driver's door, there it is. Number 19, it fades all sounds out, so it completely just mutes every single sound on there. 20 is nose ends, so it would be this end, I believe. The directional lights would be turned off. So if I just press that now. Yep, as you can see, nose end lights go off. And function 21 would be the cab lights. So the lights at this end, when you press function 20, it will turn the cab lights off there. So obviously, if you've got these working in multiple, obviously, if you've got the red lights there, it will turn the lights off on function 20. 22 is the cab lights. Now this will turn off as soon as the engine rolls. If I just pull the train back for you guys, don't know if you can clearly see that, but you can see the cab light is on. We'll get sure it's going in the right direction. It should. There you go. Turns off as soon as you move. And once the train stops, the cab light comes back on. Number 23 is windscreen wipers. Quite a novel one. 24 is Spirex valves. Oh, sorry, 24 is the compressor, sorry. Do apologise. As you guys know, I don't do any editing on my videos. Let's get you a clear shot again. 25 is Spirex valves. Or it should be. That might actually work more once if the train's been used. So that's something that will have to be looked into. 26 is shunting mode. 27 is volume up. And 28 is volume down. So that's the actual listings for you guys. So I'm going to now fire her up. zoom you out. Now the decoder has already been programmed, so if you set your controller to say like 40 miles an hour, it won't just go blistering off at 40 miles an hour, it will work its way up. So I'll demonstrate that for you guys. Just put it up to 25. And now I'm going to stop it. And as you can see, it slowly decelerates to a stop. Hopefully it doesn't hit my other class 20. It just did. Only just buffered up. Then obviously we'll turn the cab lights, change direction. And do another engine shutdown for you. Excuse me. Now I'm going to quickly pause the camera, guys. So there you have the headlights working on day mode. And if I change the direction to go the other way, you can see the headlights slowly fade out and the parking lights come on. If I change it back and then press for night mode, you can see it goes from the left hand side over to the right hand side for night mode, and this will work on both ends. And as you can clearly see that all the lights are now working lovely. So there you go, guys, the new Class 20-3 DRS livery on my layout. Now, with when I went through the description of all the functions on the sound decoder, F3 and F4, which are the two horns, they were very short. Now, something that I just found out whilst running, and obviously you would have heard in the two clips previous to this section of the video, that the actual horns are speed dependent. So depending on how fast you're running the loco is obviously going to be the horns different. So there's going to be variable horns throughout the speed range. So if you are, sorry guys, it's just absolutely pouring down with hail outside. It distracted me. I wonder what the noise was. So obviously if you're driving it slow, you're only going to get that blip. So obviously if you're running it in the depot area, you might only get that little blip of a horn. I think once you probably get about 5 miles an hour, you'll probably get a decent horn from it. What do I think of the Loco? It's got 26 or 28 functions. That's a lot of functions, even for the Ecos ESU to handle. but I can clearly see all the functions on my ECOS. So if you're running something like a Hornby Elite, you're only going to get about 10 or 11, maybe 12 functions out of this Class 20. So really, Bachmann have engineered this sound chip towards the higher ends, more money profitable controllers. So you have more functions that that controller can handle. Would I buy another one of these? Most definitely. It's a lovely Loco. Like I said, when the engine pulls away and when you tell the engine to brake, it is very, very, I hate using the word, it is very prototypical. It takes a long time to get up to speed, and it takes a long time to stop when you ask it to. So if you've only got a little end-to-end layout, it's going to take you quite a while to work out how much time distance you're going to need to tell your Loco to stop, and from stop to actually going. But it's an absolutely brilliant Loco, lovely sound file on it. The only drawback I can find with the Loco is the actual DRS logo is in the wrong position. It's more pointed in the middle, where it should be more towards the cab ends. But apart from that, absolute brilliant Loco, and a great big thumbs up and a thank you for Tony for holding it for me for the past week or so. I appreciate it very much, mate. Hope that you are watching, and if you are watching, mate, please hit the like button. As always, guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. Sorry if I'm waffling on as usual. If you have liked the video, please hit that like button on the left hand side. If you've got any questions regarding the sound files or the Loco itself, or how to program it onto a controller like the ECOS, again, ask any questions down below. If you've got any comments regarding the Loco and how to be able to drive it a bit better, because obviously I've now got to learn how to drive this Loco, then please leave a comment down below. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you have recently joined the channel, hope that you're enjoying the content so far, and I hope that you'll enjoy future content. Man, that hail was quite loud. If you're one of my older subscribers that have been with me for quite a long time, a great big thumbs up, and again, thank you for staying with me. Hope you are still enjoying the content. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you know what to do. You just need to hit that subscribe button down the right hand side. It's absolutely free of charge, and if you do hit the subscribe button, please click on the all on the bell icon, so that every time I upload a video, you get notified about it. That's enough of that. If you want to carry on watching videos from my channel, there should be a link coming up here and here. And like I say, guys, as always, look after yourselves, protect your loved ones, but above all, happy modelling, and bye-bye from Chelmswood Junction.